I would talk about a subject that has been upsetting a lot of content creators on YouTube, the ones that are being now censored even more unfairly than they already were by YouTube, um, on the request of the evil. Do not mistake that they're not them for not being evil. The establishment, the very evil establishment in our country, to censor opinions and views that they don't like, and they don't want people, hearing these points of view or these facts and this information, whatever it is that people put up there. So, having been somebody who has a small channel that was never going to be a big channel anyway, but has come under quite a lot of censorship myself, for many strikes on my channel, demonetized, and left into the wilderness for many years now. My point of view on this is it's probably not going to make much difference to me. I never know when I press upload on a video whether it's going to get like less than 100 views or several hundred or even a couple of thousand. I never know, and it's a complete mystery to me how that works. One thing I don't hear people complaining about is the one man in the world that could do something about this, and his name is Donald J. Trump. He could have done something about this in 2017. It was clear that the people that even helped him become elected were being persecuted, and he did nothing. Then the election that was clearly rigged, where Joe Biden won, that probably wouldn't have been rigged so successfully if he had done something about the platforms. And certainly then those 4 years where they came after him a lot, you'd think he would have realized he's got to do something about it. Now, he sent the Doge team in with Elon, didn't he, to defund, was it aid, the American aid thing? Can't remember what it's called. Did that. Could do something today similar with a load of autists, engineers, and they just say to all of these platforms, tech platforms, and including Google in that, and just say to them, you decide here and now, are you a platform so you benefit from the Section 230 that prevents you from, legal action if somebody on your open free platform publishes something that, would get you sued for, they have that protection. Or do you want to be a publisher? Because you can't have both. I mean, it's such a straightforward conversation. I've raised it several times on this channel over the years, and I don't hear other people going on about it. And I don't know why people with a bigger reach aren't making a fuss about this and putting pressure on Trump to do something. Obviously, I'm not nerdy or smart enough to know how you would do it, but it could be done, surely. Anything that can be programmed in can be programmed out, or I guess you could just, if they say, right, no, we're definitely a platform, then you, not a publisher, you just remove their ability to edit, to control, to censor, to promote. Like on my cooking channel, which I think has been hindered over the years because of this channel. I go in the creator sort of page, and there'll be quite often a little video they've done. This month we're celebrating our creators of color or LGBT community. Which means basically they're boosting them, they're giving them a leg up, and they're never going to do that for the likes of me, are they? So they shouldn't be able to do that. It should just be, this is the algorithm. It's open, and you get, this is how you benefit. Whether you regularly upload, the length of the video, whatever it is, but just and obviously the interaction with the audience. Trump could do this. He could do it today, sign an executive order, and then even try to put it through as an act in Congress, and get passed by the Senate, and he can give his approval as well. Make it into law. But they won't do it, and really, so anyone now that is still pro-Trump, I think you've got your blinkers on. I think you just don't see it. Trump's completely in the under the control of that country, that little country. We don't even need to mention it, do we? And those people, and the people that aren't those people, but also believe very strongly in those people. It's so cryptic. Just trying to sort of avoid saying things that get the video sort of censored even more than it probably would be, and also it's probably not that good, is it? My fat face, just moaning about Trump. But I don't have Trump derangement syndrome. I can say, oh, it's great that he, his stance on the gender issue, and what have you. There'll be plenty of things I'll go, good Trump, well done. So it's not TDS. I'm just sick of him. I'm sick of him, and I'm sick of the people that think that he's this messiah that he isn't. So there's a very obvious fix everything button there, and he won't press it. I imagine that, especially after the attempted assassinations, that they've sort of said to him, right, okay, we'll make sure that doesn't happen anymore, or what have you, and you're going to be well protected in your family, and we won't come after you again, after you're not president anymore. Okay, all right, we'll leave you alone. We'll let you into the club. You're now officially accepted in the club, and the media will be nice, and something like that. And so that's my view on it. I don't know how you feel about that, but sorry, the accelerationist in me wants all these platforms to be, actual platforms, because it will force our establishment to ban them. If they can't control them. I mean, the only one that I think you can't control is Rumble. I think, is it Chris Pavlovsky or something like that? I've got his name wrong, I'm sure. He's the only one that sort of just basically said to every time somebody wanted to, control Rumble, he just said, suck my plums. And, he's based as hell. But, if all the platforms were just saying, look, we can't censor it. Sorry, Macron. Sorry, whoever's going to be the prime minister for the next 5 minutes of Britain. We can't do anything about it. We can't control it because we no longer have the ability to do the censorship that you want us to do. And we want to do anyway. We're going to pretend that we don't want to do it, but we actually agree and we love it. Then all of a sudden, your normies, Aunt Maud goes to go on Facebook, for a little group on there that like to talk about knitting or sewing or what have you, and all of a sudden it's not there anymore. All these normies that are very, very cowardly and very busy pretending not to notice what's actually going on because they see it, but it's just not affecting them. So they're not going to do anything about it. It's only these scummy little people that are being punished and hurt. When it comes to them not having the things that they want, then all of a sudden we get more of an awakening. We accelerate towards whatever it is that has to happen for us to have this reckoning, duke it out, and work out who, and hopefully win, and put our country back together again. So that's really why. And there's that one man that could actually do something, and he won't, and we know he won't, and people will continue to kiss his ass. And I just think you shouldn't. You should accept him for what he is. He's been reasonably good on a few things, but absolutely awful on many other things. And what a huge disappointment Donald J. Trump has been. That's it. See you in the next one. Bye.